big red check mark. And this challenge is different. You get it wrong, and then you improve it. And they have to learn that that is okay. All right? All right, I'm not going to take up a whole lot of your time. I just got a few slides here, and then we're going to do... Can you swipe my... Can you please pan to the next one? All right, today what's going to happen... You guys can flip to the next slide, please. Each of the teams is going to speak for 7 minutes about whatever they want to, right? Some teams are going to talk a lot about their robot. Some are going to talk a lot about their outreach. Some are going to talk a lot about how their season went. It's up to the teams. One of the things you'll notice is that there is no right way to run a team. Every one of the 6 teams you see here, and every one of the 7,000 FRC teams you would see worldwide, they're all different. And that's okay. None of these robots look the same. They all got the same challenge on the same day. None of the robots look the same. And that's great. All right, so all the teams are going to speak for 7 minutes and then take questions for a maximum of 5 minutes. All right? After that hour and roughly 10 minutes is done, what we're going to do is play 3 matches of 3-on-3. First robotics competition is always 3-on-3. The interesting thing that you'll see at a competition is the first 10 matches are completely randomized, right? So hopefully you get a random assortment of good people on your team, bad people on your team, less performing robots, let's put it that way. And then that averages out, so you do, everybody's kind of ranked the same. At the end of those 10 matches, what happens is the top 8 teams in a competition, they get to pick their 2 teammates. And I think we'll have some teams that probably talk a little bit more about that a little bit later. So I'm going to jump past that. We'll play the 3 matches. At 2:30, when we're done with those 3 matches, all the teams should be in all their gear. They're going to be by their pits if you want to talk to them specifically about something. You want to take pictures of the kids. That's why they're in that gear. So all that'll be going on. And you can also wander the whole building. So one of the things that I want to touch on, let's go back. For those of you that are traveling to Houston, from 3 to 3:30, we're going to have a quick travel meeting for questions, okay? From 3 to 3:30, for those that are traveling to Houston, we'll just have a quick meeting right here so anybody can ask us questions. All right, so let's welcome our FRC team. Sound off when I call your name. Redbirds. All right. Droid Rage. All right. STEM Punk. Bond Brigade. Yeah. Robo Remedy. And Illuma Body. All right, so that's a good look at. So the thing to realize is that the team number very much correlates with when that team was created, okay? They're not going to speak in this order. We picked the names out of a hat to choose the order, and we'll get to them in just a second. But this is the order that they became a team in, all right? There we go. Let's give a big round of applause for our sponsors. All right. One of the things that makes this program extremely unique, right, is that it doesn't cost anything to be on the team. That is not the way it is in other locations. There are teams in this state where it costs you $1,000 to join, okay? There are, no matter what the level, it doesn't necessarily cost you anything to join. We have a suggested donation at the younger levels to cover T-shirts. In high school, they, have to travel, cover their travel. But even then, we have scholarships for them. And it's because of the great sponsors. Here are 4 major ones. There's about 20 sponsors in total around Manitowoc County that help to make all of this free for the kids, right? If everybody had to pay $1,000, it doesn't necessarily become an economic change engine. It doesn't change the outlook for kids in the future. This gets you into engineering or electrical or whatever you want much, much earlier. I hate this thing. Oh, I have to come to you. Just flip it for me. You can have this back. When I point to you, please change it. All right. And the other one that it takes, can all of our mentors please stand up? All right, come on, come on. Let's give them a big round of applause, you guys. This is a 100% volunteer organization. 100% volunteer organization with all of these people that are giving their time, coming in and teaching the kids, the students. We would not be here. It takes everybody giving to make, it's a small community to make all of this go. All right? And 90% of the days we have fun teaching all of you guys. There's always that 10. There's always that 10. But 90% of the time we enjoy teaching you guys. And I know the year is wrapping up, but one of the things I like to say is, parents, next year when we get going again, please stick around. Just stick around the meetings and we'll find ways to have you help. One of the things, I know we had a lot of parents that just hung out this year. I won't say a lot. We had a handful of parents this year that helped out by just building this playing field. This is not an erector set playing field. This is custom built. This doesn't exist anywhere else. This is one of 3 in the U.S., okay, that somebody made themselves to be able to use, all right? So please stick around, help out a little bit here, a little bit there. It helps all of us. All right, next one, please. All right, and we are just one small faction of a global organization. So like we were talking about World Championship. It truly is the World Championship. So next week we'll go and we'll see teams from Israel and from China and from, Europe, all over the place that will be at the World Championship. And as much as competing with the robots changes their lives, realizing they're involved with something with teams from all around the world, that's truly impactful. I know from one of our first years, we had a team come up, and they didn't speak any English, but they wanted a Phillips screwdriver. So just one of those things that you remember, and it sticks with you, and the kids were more than happy to go over there and lend them tools, and it was a great time. And we're headed to the World Championship next week in Houston, Texas. It comes with its own things, and we'll talk about that later. All right? All right. So last couple of slides. So there are 4 levels. For those of you with younger ones, please get them involved. In the back half of our building, okay, we have Lego League Explorer for the elementary school kids. I'll keep it general. We have Lego League Challenge for the middle school kids. Over here, you'll see the playing field for the First Tech Challenge, which is junior high and high school kids. And then this is the high school competition. There are levels for everyone to get involved all the way down to kindergarten, and actually we've let some 4K on as well. So one of the things we're very proud of is last year, this program ran 1/2 of all of the elementary school kid teams in this Wisconsin. So that will help to feed the pipeline and get more and more kids into STEM and engineering and electrical and all of it. And the 5th level, can I ask all of my alumni to stand up? Can I ask all of my alumni to stand up? Come on. There we go. Done. There we go. A couple of alumni back there. Quentin, come on. Too shy. Students coming back helps us quite a bit. Because no matter what you say, I'm an old guy. I'm 50, coming up on 50 here. And it's a lot easier for somebody who's, 18, 22, the younger people to tell them something. They go, oh, yeah, I should do that. Whereas me, it's coming down like a parent or something like that. So the more alumni come back, the more they inspire the next generation. And it's a great thing to have them back. One of the things to know as you go through this whole thing, a lot of these students have gone to college on first dime or gotten scholarships here, there, and everywhere. So ask them about that, all right? Or ask them how they got into the career they're into. So, all right. And I think this is this building. This building is something that is not everywhere, okay? This is something we've been working hard at for 5 years to rehab, what was warehouse space here and park garage there and a paint booth over there, and it's a lot of work to get to a space like this. But it's something now that people are seeing it. We're getting more people in from Wisconsin that are seeing this. We're trying to replicate in other communities so we get more and more teams going, okay? I think the next spot we're looking at, there's kind of one down in Milwaukee, and I think the next spot we're really going to push for one is in Brown County. So, yeah. And like I said, this playing field is not something that is everywhere because it is 100% custom built. We are very lucky to have Volrath makes all of our sheet metal for free. We cut all of the polycarb. We do all the assembly in-house. This is not something you have everywhere. And I will tell you, it 100% made a difference in how our teams performed this year. They performed head and shoulders above what they have in years past. This was a great year for us. We had 3 teams in the playoffs at both events. We had 1 on deck at both events. And we'll have another team tell you how they did. I don't want to blow the surprise. And I definitely noticed there's a much closer connection between all of our teams as well. All right. I think with that, we can keep going. A lot of custom making. Keep going. So with 5 teams in Manitowoc County, we are actually 7.5% of all the teams in Wisconsin. So we're going to continue to push that and try to make sure that kids always have this available to them. For comparison, there is only 1 team in Madison, right? That's kind of a shame, and we're going to work on that at the state level. But just understand that we are pushing this opportunity much more than in other areas, so students have it available. We have a couple of alumni-led teams. Over there, we have Ollie for Redbirds. We have Ian next to him, Jason Morgan. A lot of Quentin up there. It's nice seeing that we have alumni-led teams. We have Joy, who helped out at Bond Brigade this year, and Bree, who helped out at Oshkosh. Traitor. We love her anyway. But it also helps when we travel. We go to 2 regionals, and we go as a whole group. And it's really fun to see, the teams bond during that. It's a great thing. And I think with that might be the end. 10% in Manitowoc is our goal, and 5% in Brown County is their goal. Keep going. I want to get to the students. And we are up to, this is a little bit off, we were 491 students this year, just to give you guys 491 students in Manitowoc County, which destroys every other county in Wisconsin. However, there are teams that are 15 to 20% in Michigan, so we still have a long way that we can go. All right, and with that, I'd love to have the Droid Rage presenters come on out. If you guys can come on out. Droid Rage! Do they speak? Oh, okay. I'm going to hand you the microphone.
Droid Rage 3381 based on Albert Scott. Don't build robots, we build.
I'm Clint.
I'm Autumn.
This year's build season, we had a couple unique, fairly unique designs on our robot. We had a brand new programmer, so we just went with a straight tank drive, but we used 8 wheels instead of the traditional 6, just so we'd have a little more traction when we're climbing up. We also used 2-speed gearboxes on our drive base, so we could have a low gear, so we could go like extra slow and extra powerful descent up the ramp. The arm, we used a similar design that we had last year, where we have constant tension springs to extend the arm and then a winch to retract it. But last year's did not work very well, so we made a couple modifications. Like we put bearings on the inside to reduce some friction, and we used a couple of heavier springs on the front. On the end, on the arm, we used pneumatics this year, so we could have more remote control of the arm and not have to have a bulky motor out on the front here. That's not actually our first design for the arm either. We had another one that was completely 3D printed, but after just one match at Sussex, he shattered it to like a million pieces. So that was a nice learning experience there. And then we decided to make our robot kind of tall just so we could get up to the higher.
Booth, we 16th between regionals. We comes this year, and we got ranked a little bit lower. Did a little bit better. So Droid Rage leads the Maker Mondays, which is all Monday every summer from 6 to 8 p.m. at the LREC. It's geared more towards younger kids. And we do Techie Thursdays in collaboration with Boys and Girls Club in Manitowoc. Every Thursday all summer from 3 p.m. And we do activities that include building robots, programming, circuits, experiments, and much more. We also lead a booth at the Balloon Glow.
We also have a booth at the Manitowoc County Fair. Been doing that for about 13 years now. It's a good way to inform the public about our program.
This year we also started decorating a cabin at Sinawa, as well as the Valders Science and STEM Fair, which is just past Tuesday. So a new event is the Lakeshore Ladies in STEM Luncheon, which we are hosting on May 20th from 12 to 1:30. We'll have a panel of 6 women who have agreed to talk about their careers in chemistry, IT, mechanical, electrical, and other STEM cultures. This event will be at the LREC. And then upcoming event is the Kids Day at Betty, where we will have a bunch of robots, the Rock'em Sock'ems, and hands-on STEM activities.
We have created everlasting memories, unforgettable competitions, and never-ending friendships. An incredible job up.
All right. Now, they have 5 minutes of questions. What do you guys have for 'em? Come on, somebody's got to have something.
Very.
And actually, that's kind of funny. That young gentleman is working to redesign them, to put a fan and do different things to make them better and have a little bit of more motion, right? So one of the things, they lost the dance competition in lacrosse because someone else can do the worm, and I don't think you're doing the worm in that, are you? Fair enough. He said you can barely walk in them, so it is very difficult. So, all right. Yes. Why does the robot look like Swiss cheese?
We were pretty heavy on the top, so we just took a big 2-inch hole punch and removed a little bit of weight. Yeah, that was we were one of those.
I remember one evening when they actually tipped over 7 times here, and I was like, "Oh, come on, guys! I want you to drive it like you stole it." But that was a little much.
Hi. Just think back before you began robotics as to today. In your everyday life, has it made you think of things problem solving, common sense? Has it made you think of things differently? Is that too heavy of a question?
Well, short answer is yeah.
That's a good one. How did robotics change your life?
For me, I used to be very shy, and without robotics, I would never be standing up here and talking to any of you guys.
I guess I've gotten a little better at general mechanical skills, putting stuff together and all that.
In the past building season, me and Autumn have learned how to use the Haas CNC press that help construct some of the metal pieces for the robot. Do that.
What's your favorite part of the robotics competition?
The Rock'ems.
They are well loved. All right, another one. All right. Oh, absolutely. Here.
But I'm Clint's mom, and he's been on this team for this is the 5th year. And at the first end of the year banquet, he was given a megaphone because he talked so much. And I'm very proud of him for. I think he did a fabulous job talking about the robot, and he's come a long way since then with mechanical. I mean, he's involved in the youth apprenticeship program too. So Clint and also the other girls have. How much do you think you've learned about different things you didn't think you would learn, or have you changed your career path because of robotics?
Well, I'll ask this. What skill did you young ladies learn this year that you didn't expect to learn?
Machining on the CNC and using the laser.
Very cool. The thing I would say about Clint was the lone senior on this team this year. All of his friends graduated last year, and he stuck it out and led this team. He is a little quieter, but he leads by example. He's always raring to go and get in front of it, and he did a great job leading this team to be successful this year. Nice work. Really nice work. All right, nice job, you guys. And with that, please put your robot right back where you want to start. And the next team up is Robo Remedy. Come on up, let's give them a round of applause. Want to bring the robot on out?
I'm Michaela, Christian, Clara, and Sorsha. We're part of 71 Robo Remedy at Mantua Clusen High School. And this year we have 28 students, 11 mentors, and we started back in 2018. This is our 6th season. And we also want to thank all of our sponsors who make it all possible. And Christian is going to tell you about our robot.
So we started off the season right away when we got the challenge. We wanted to keep our robot simple and as small as possible. So small frame, simple design. We don't have a lot of motors. We don't have a lot of moving parts, no more than we need to. So we have swerve drive train. We have 3 different cameras on our robot that can sense the different people takes around the field and tell the color of the pieces. We autonomously score and pick up pieces, taking some of the pressure off of our drivers. We have also made multiple autonomous programs so we can start from any point on the field and do whatever our other alliance members need us to do, whether that's scoring 2 pieces and having another in hand, or scoring 2 pieces and balancing on the table. We can fill any grid spot, load from the double drive, double loading station. We'd like to thank some of our sponsors, especially Jagaman. They machined out 2 very important pieces on a robot. Aluminum pivot, which is inside a robot with the whole arm, and that's about halfway up and allows us to bend our arm in half for the beginning. We also have a carbon fiber arm, very strong and durable, so there was no chance of anybody breaking it. And our grabber is completely made out of polycarb and designed just perfectly to shift bone so that we can store it on the high grid.
We love supporting our schools, like the academic fair. We had a robot that the kids could drive, and also a coding game that we had Lancer for a day where we had 17th graders that came to our robotics group. We had a presentation so that we could share what we do in a season. And they were able to do the robot. We also support our schools through freshman night and 8th graders that go and take courses in school, and we help give them information about the robotics team. Then we have our LFR Open House, which is what we're at now, and we love being able to share what we do with our community, different things, and talk to all of our sponsors. And then we have Fourth on the Shore, which we have kids that come with their parents to the booth and are able to get all different levels to join the robotics. We love just participating at the Lakeshore Invitational hosted here at the LREC, and competing with different teams. And we love helping out with the Manitowoc County Fair booth where the kids can make buttons and play with Legos and really creative.
We also enjoy helping out with the holiday parade where we make help give out candy and interact with a ton of people.
Then we have Steam at the Lakeshore, where we had a bunch of it was just really great activity. We had Bloom Glow, and then we also have Maker Mondays. We love supporting all the different teams that run those events. We love helping out. We love volunteering at first events like the FLO regional at LTC. Claire and I had the opportunity to judge the FLL Explore team, and some of our mentors judged the FLL Challenge team. We also helped out with the and Wisconsin DC championship. And Shayla and I mentored Lego Powers, which is an FLL Explorer team. We loved learning the rewards of the next generation. And we had 2 of our other team members, Ben and Emmett, who mentored Charged Up and FLL. We partnered with a local school for an aeronautical STEM night for the kids in the community. We had different STEM activities for them. They got to drive our robots, and we got to talk with families about STEM in the first program.
So our team learned some new experiences this year, including LED lights. Never had those on the robot before, so we learned how to program those, give them a use on the field so the drivers could communicate with their teammates. We also got to use pneumatics this year, which we didn't last year, so some members got to learn how to put those on. We learned how to detect vehicle tags. Those are new to the FRC game this year, so they were able to program our cameras so we could detect those.
We also took pictures throughout the season and made newsletters to help get information about practices and events, parents, and children. And we learned how to make our e-oil plushies that we gave out as awards, and it was a really fun and
we were able to go to our Sussex practice regional that we attended, and then the regional in Duluth, where I was able to be part of the drive team as a team player, and it's really amazing to talk to all the different people, cooperate with everyone on the field, and we were fifth seed alliance captain. And we won the judges.
We then went to lacrosse where we finished 11th out of the 57 teams that were there against really tough competition. We managed to move up as selection went on and get picked by the fifth seed alliance, which we played in 2 playoff matches before being. So we had a really good. 30 seconds left. Well, what's the remedy, everybody? Got it.
Looking for some questions from the audience. What do we have? Okay, I'll ask one because I believe you are the only one on the field. Could you tell us more about your drivetrain? Could you flip it up and show us the base of your robot? Yeah, I think you need a hand on this one. Yes.
We have MK4 swerve modules, which is different than I think any other team here. These allow us to move in any direction at any time. We can even do a full 360 spin while still driving forward. So they all work separately. Robotics. They're also very strong, and the tread on them is very tough. So we can take another robot and pretty much push them across the field.
Cool.
I'd also like to point out a little addition that I made this year as we have these 2 camera posts. We put googly eyes on the back, so when it's set up for autonomous, it's looking across the field at our opponents. It kind of gives them the stare down. Makes them all nervous. That's why we win.
Love it. I'll point it out because I think they said it, but I'm not sure everybody caught this. It automatically scores. When they get close to the zone, it looks at the April tags. See the April tags that look like barcodes on the edges? Understands where it is and automatically scores where it tells it to go. So that way it doesn't, there's no chance of driver error when it's placing the game piece. Okay? So that is very, and it also does the pickup. Yes, sir. What does the Judges Award mean?
Well, the judges kind of go around and talk to people in the pits, and after they the rest of the awards, they think about someone who kind of stood out to them, and the judges awards didn't really fit in.
That is outstanding. Judges Award is really high ranking. All right. Other questions? Any other questions for him? You cover where? Did you guys cover where you placed in both the regionals? I think you were picking 4th in one, and you were the first pick in the other.
We were the 5th seed alliance captain at Duluth, and then in lacrosse we ranked 11th, and were picked by the 5th.
Thank you. Sorry, you could just say Arrow. You can read it for yourself. That's okay.
I didn't want to sound rude.
So, do you know where you were standing in the nation and in the state as far as your level of performance? Do you know this one?
I think we're 43rd, and we are in the top 2%.
Out of how many teams in the U.S.? 7,000?
Close to 3,000 teams, maybe a little over 3,500 teams.
I heard top 49 in the nation, but
All right. Any other questions? All right. Thank you very much. Thank you. Once you get your robot placed where you want it to go. And can I get the best looking team in the world on up here? STEM Punk coming on up. This team won the imagery award at Worlds 3 years ago? 2 years ago? Was it 5 already? Oh my God, it goes fast. So they can literally lay claim to being the best looking team in the world. So, all right. And with that, I will pass it off to Stempunk.
Hello, we're STEMPunk Team 4531. I am EJ. And I'm going to start talking about what our robot does and how it works. I'll first start with our completely custom built drive frame, drive gearboxes that are using pneumatic pistons that put dog gears together. They just interlock so that we can lock both left and right sides together so that we can actually make it harder for teams to push us around on the field and actually make it easier for us to climb onto our charging stations. All aluminum on here is extruded. And then we can go to our next slide. So we have a linear lift on here, which is made out of 80/20, which is a special type. It's nice and easy. We can there's certain attachments for it that we can use to that go into grooves right here. We use a custom gearbox on it with a motor that actually lifts both sides connected by chain that is connected to two pulleys that make actually this entire thing move up all together instead of layers. We also have a scissors lift, which is right here. This is using a threaded rod that is controlled by a motor that makes the scissors lift actually go in and out. We have a custom saw also using attached to some wheels. Those wheels actually help just use gravity to help align cones on the pipe. Hand-drawn designs on the robot and visually unique costumes, members are able to express their personality individually. Our imagery helps the effort to be memorable and stand out among others. We encourage all first teams to develop unique identities. Events. We have over 500,000 face-to-face interactions, and we have over 40 individual events. And we have worked with the Einstein Project, the Wisconsin Maritime Museum, Manitowoc Public Library, Lakeshore Energy Center, Dr. Yarn Club, Rivers Business Association, Wilson Middle School, and George Ray FRC.
So one of our events that we started in 2021, we started LFR in association with Hopeful Hearts. It's a nonprofit that assists underserved children actually. In this event, we do it twice monthly in the summer. We reach about 40 children. We create STEAM activities and bring it to where they live to make it more financially accessible for them at Southfield Living Center. During COVID, we delivered the kids to them so they could still have the activities, and this year we're going to be resuming doing the activities with the kids. In 2021, we had our first team on the Lakeshore event. With the first year, we reached 150 people, and the next year, we reached 250. In this event, we create team activities for family attending and recruit the help of various organizations like the Manitowoc Public Library, Hamilton Woodpipe Museum, and of course LFR teams. We also provide demonstrations of all levels of first and also sign-off.
This summer we held 2 tech classes of each, and in one of the classes we taught CAD 3D printing, where students use Tinkercad to create mousetrap vehicles and clocks, which were then 3D printed. In the other class, we created the curriculum for and taught photography, where students use digital cameras to take photos to learn tools of composition and editing using photo tools.
7 of 8 students joined first after heading.
All right, because I didn't hear it in there and maybe I missed it. But a couple of individual awards for STEM Punk. So there's something, the highest individual award that you can get as a student is the Dean's List Award. So EJ won the Dean's List Award at Duluth. And that's an amazing job. And he is traveling down to Worlds to hopefully win the Dean's List at Worlds, which the top 20 students, 10 from FTC, top 10 from FRC, actually get a free ride to the school of their choice. So if you win it at the World Championship, that is a great honor, and he deserves it. I know you showed me your sheet, and just this year, he's put in 200 volunteer hours. 200 volunteer hours. That's not counting what he did on the robot. That's not counting 200 volunteer hours. Let's give him a round of applause for that. Well-deserved. And speaking of well-deserved, I'm going to call him up. There he is. Can you please stand up, sir? So this is Travis Klein, and he won the highest award that you can get as a mentor this year. He won the Woody Flowers Award at Duluth. It was outstanding to see. Let's give him a round of applause. That award is basically means that you were the top educator in the state this year, and that your students truly love you and appreciate everything that you've done for them. And he's done so much for so many students and should be very proud. All right, and with that, do we have some questions for the students, please? How do you guys look so darn good? Actually, I got one that you guys might not know. What name did you almost have originally? Norwegian elephant fish. They could not come up with a team name. We were in Michigan at the library, and they were basically opening up the dictionary and pointing at a word. Norwegian elephant fish. And they were coming up with like a marketing scheme for this. This is going back to 2013. They were trying to come up with a marketing scheme for, we'll have big foam fish heads, and normally I stay out of those conversations. I said, let's sleep on that one. And they came back with STEM Punk, and I think that was the right choice. So, right? Any questions? Oh, it looks like you guys get off lucky. All right. All right, let's give another round of applause. And with that, let's bring out Illumabody. Oh, we, oh, oh,
We are Team Illumabody, Team 7619. We're based out of Manitowoc Lincoln High School. This is our 5th season competing. This was our most successful season by far. Our season goals this year was to increase student involvement, build a competitive robot, have fun while learning, and sweep imagery.
Now, we thought that the imagery award was really important to us, and it's something that you'll definitely see is pretty apparent on our robot. Actually, on the front here, you'll see basically a massive billboard for our team. We've always been, show our triangles when we're getting ready to compete, and it's definitely shown everywhere on our robot. Also, we have not been Illumibody forever because in the past, we were known as a different team. And we have a piece of the old team called the Lincoln Logs, attribute to our actual school, which is Lincoln High School here in Manitowoc. And we took a little piece of that robot from the past and put it on our robot today, just to kind of remember where we came from. Now, we also kind of followed to make things kind of simple but capable. So our robot really only has 3 moving parts besides the drivetrain, which includes a little trapdoor here that used to be a single action piston. We have a claw gripper, and it's passive, so that way they can twist and turn as we lift it up. And then we have an arm which is belt driven over here on the side with a Falcon on a 100-to-1 gear ratio.
So we also were in the coalition. We competed in the 2 regionals. Our first regional was the Duluth regional. There we worked on many things. It was we were panicking a little bit because there were some things we forgot in the rules that we had to quickly change before we went into our qualification matches. So the practice matches were a big learning experience for us. There at the end we qualified 33rd. We were improving every single day, learning each other. Our drive team was learning as we went. Every day was something we discovered new about each other. We were learning as a team, bonding, getting closer, stuff like that. At the Duluth Regional is also where we won our first imagery award, which was pretty exciting. Our next regional was the Duluth Regional. There we're much more successful. We qualified 6th, which made us one of the team captains, where we would pick other teams to be in our alliance. There we also experienced much more drive team growth, where before we were averaging like 4 pieces per match, we were getting all the way up to like 7 or 8 by the end of it. This was also in our team history our first time as a playoff captain, which was super exciting for all of us and our alumni who seniors that hadn't experienced that yet. There we also won our 2nd imagery award, accomplishing our goal of sweeping the imagery award.
And then definitely something that we like to have is something that involves inclusivity. So a lot of our outreach projects involved something like the Pinewood Derby, which is something you'll see up on the screen here. We got called by Scout Pack out of they were 4173 out of Bellevue, Wisconsin, and they needed a Pinewood Derby gate, and they didn't have one. So they crawled through the year last year using just a phone with the slow motion camera, and we decided we could definitely make that better. So we made something with some lights on it to make sure that the kids, they loved it. It has timers all across each lane to see the individual lane times, and it takes a slow motion replay of each race and puts it on a projector, projects it on a wall, so that way all the kids can see each other's cars racing past each other. We also like to incorporate inclusivity in our pit area. So we had an element which was our QR code maze. And so what we would do is you would go up to the beginning of the scavenger hunt, and you would scan it using your phone, which would take you onto a Google site. You could use the Google site, and it would give you clues to go from each pit around the entire environment of the pit area. So not only would you get to kind of see us and get to know us a little bit, but you'd also get to go to each and every single pit, not every pit, most of them, and get to go talk with them, get the next clue, and then move on. By the end, you'd make it back, and you'd get one of our cool little pins, which were made out of green polycarbonate with spray painted on the top black and then etched off. And then we also had some more things that we were working on, which aren't on the screen. We were working on this augmented reality sandbox, which has been in the works for a while, and that's gonna be something for the rest of the off season. Yeah, so we'll definitely be working on that. And what it is it's just a sandbox that shows kind of peaks and rivers and valleys, and it's like a topographical map, but it's in 3D. And we thought it would be great for kids that want to learn a little bit about geography, and it'd be a good thing for our elementary schools here in Manitowoc. And then our goals for next season. So we want to make sure that we have a little bit more inclusivity, kind of like what we did this year we want to have more people on our team. We had a pretty rough hit after COVID, and we only had 9 people. And then this year we jumped back up with about 25, and we're gonna hope to expand on that a little bit more next year. We're gonna do this by making sure that everyone knows who the Illuma Body is. We want to make sure that we're walking around school, we'll have posters and stuff lined up. We'll advertise to groups of people, and make sure that they know that the opportunity to join the Illuma Body is there. And then that's pretty much all we have.
Outstanding. All right. Do we have any questions from the audience for Illuma Body? I don't know they'd answer them anyway. They're very secret. Loving the LEDs. That looks outstanding. 2 imagery awards this year, so looking to unseat STEM Punk as the best-looking team in the world. If you guys win it, are we then the best-looking program in the world? Is that how that goes?
I think that's pretty much how it works. Yep.
All right. One little side note. So this is very much a teacher-led team. So Dan Kleinhans and Eric Teachin very much lead this team with a little bit of help from John Mala. He is actually one of the people that helped to start Droid Rage back in 2009. So great guy. And he very much lives and breathes that. Let's make it simple. You don't need to be complex to do it. So everybody's got to find their niche, and especially with a pretty much new team, right? With you losing so many people, you had a lot of new students, and that helped out quite a bit.
Yeah, everyone was pretty much learning, including our mentors. Throughout the year we had a knowledge base that we only had 2 returners, so it was definitely important that everyone was engaged and everyone was working hard to kind of learn the next thing. And we wanted to all kind of be united when we go out there, with our LEDs and our cloaks and everything, that make everybody who was new kind of feel like they're a part of something bigger when they step out onto the field.
All right, we have a question in the back.
I just got a quick question about your augmented reality thing you're building. It sounds interesting. Why are you building it? Good answer.
We're trying.
Okay.
I love it. I love the Pinewood Derby car too. That is great. One of the things you'll notice in all these presentations and how much the students are giving back to the community, right? That is a big part of this because they are becoming the leaders that we want to see in the community, right? And little kids, the younger generation is looking up to them already, right? Colton, don't you have a lot of fun here just seeing what the bigger teams are building, right? Any questions?
You know where the parts go for the flew off your arm when you picked it up before?
Yeah, we'll fix that before our matches.
If you guys want to take your robot back to the pit, you can do that and start working on it, all right? Let's give them a big round of applause. Thank you. All right, and with that, team 17-16, De Pere Redbirds, come on down. All right, so one of the things you'll notice, this is the De Pere Redbirds. They are actually out of Brown County, of course. What we've done this past couple of years is we've created a second nonprofit in Brown County, make sure all the funds are separate. But we're trying to grow first in Brown County as well. This is one of those things, it's been the glass ceiling. Initially, Manitowoc, like the Sheboygan-Manitowoc area was the glass ceiling for the state. Now it's trying to push it through Brown County and get more students involved up there, right? I kind of brought it up earlier. We saw that there's roughly 70 teams in the state. To give you an idea, if you were to look at Minnesota, there's about 350 teams, and if you look at Michigan, there's about 400 teams. So as a state, we need to continue and push this. Every student, every program, everywhere. That's the motto. So trying to bring it to everyone. So this is the De Pere Redbird. I will hand it over to you.
So we are Redbird Robotics.
said, we are the only team in Brown County. We're hoping to expand that pretty soon, but for now, we're just doing the best we can. Okay, so this year we focused on making a lot of improvements on our CAD and mechanical side. We kind of made this custom drivetrain. Our pride and joy this year. It basically combines the elements of two separate drivetrains. We have a tank drive for traction, pushing power, basically to get up on these charge stations. But we also have tandem drive, omnidirectional. And that means we can go anywhere on the field in any direction, and it really improves our performance. So these just rotate down, and they push traction over on the ground. That really helps us switch quickly, and it really improves our performance. So we also have a custom frame, pretty big drive modules. But as you can see, these and it'll put these blue wheels on. So we have the custom frame, but we also have the custom bumpers that go over them. And basically, they just allow us to quickly flip between blue and red. And that's kind of a fun thing we made this year as kind of an alternative thing. Electrical, we just focus on making our connections more secure, tech flex, we added some more people this year. We had some more students, 9% raise, kind of build up our team. We only had 9 people this year as we're still recovering from COVID. We're hoping we got some new mentors this year as well, both from parents, and that kind of depth of knowledge. So on software, being able to get multiple autonomous machines. So when we're on the side, and when we're in the center, same piece and get onto the charge module. We also can detect April tags and game pieces, so we can know where we are on the level, as well as find known. And in addition, with the phone, figure out if they're up right now, you know, if we want to pick them up. We use PID control for a lot of parts on our robot. It's a very easy way of controlling motors to make it so they don't overshoot their goal. So we use that for the arm and for auto balancing. And then we also published a white paper, Software is Leading Our Team. It's 70 pages, and we've given it to over 120 teams so far. So other stuff. Oh, more software things that went well for us are we were able to keep our 2022 project. So the programmers could experiment with stuff like driving the April tag and driving the game pieces even before we had this robot constructed. We are also able to quickly make the auto balance, so we were able to test that pretty quickly. And also, we were easily able to integrate a Raspberry Pi onto it, so we didn't have just one computer doing all the processing. We could have a second computer do processing. And we also used a test board where we just had a bunch of motors on it that we could easily control and see if they worked. So as I mentioned before, we had increased wire durability, and that really helped us this year. We had no disconnects, no shorts, no nothing. When we finally got this robot operational, our driving ability improved very quickly, and we were able to kind of get our scoring ability up. These drive modules are fully CAD'd out. We did that ourselves, and that worked really well because everything integrated together very well, and they're pretty good robots. This year, we also pretty quick to decide on our strategy. After opening ceremonies, we kind of sat down, we had a meeting with our team, and decided on what strategy we're using, what robot design we're going to go with, and basically how that team is going to perform. So, build fun. We had some unexpected challenges this year. As I said, the CAD modules, drive modules are fully CADed, but that was kind of a new experience for a lot of people on the team, a lot of get to a point where we felt comfortable with CAD. It's We also had some communication challenges this year, new students, kind of integration process, having everyone talk to each other, so people. So also, when we were testing our auto balancing, we were testing it on a charge platform that's half the size, made out of wood. So when we showed up to our first competition, our auto balancing worked. The idea wasn't tuned right. We also had some problems with smart motion where we were intending to just use PID for the arm, but we ended up having to do stuff like feed forward and compensating for gravity. And that was significantly harder than we expected, and we found that out just before the competition. So our first option goal is detection. It's an open source version of the Limelight that also has detection. So we're basically turning everything we did with the coprocessor into a thing that people can use, like other teams can easily use on their robot. So another goal we have this year is to kind of build some test versions of this robot. Basically have a drivetrain that's just the wheels, just the motors, and that'll help us explain to new students how these fundamentals work and basically how they can learn to go from the ground up to build a robot. We want to build an arm to kind of show how different mechanics work. Hopefully that can help us start in the off season and build something that will represent what the game is and what might happen. We also wanted to improve our recruiting efforts by going into classrooms, doing presentations, showing what we made this year, showing basically the competition we ran for. We also wanted to show students what they can do both at the school and and secondly, we wanted to improve our fundraising efforts this year by reaching out to more companies, seeing which ones want to support the STEM children area, and showing them what they can accomplish by applying.
All right. Do we have questions from the audience? Why butterfly drive instead of a mechanism drive?
So we chose Butterfly because it's two. Last year we went with pure Mechanum, and basically it has a weakness where it's not very strong. You get pushed. So last year we kind of got bullied around the field. We just didn't want that to happen this year. So with the integrated tank drive, we're able to deploy that. There's no pushing, no shoving, and we can basically do what we want to do.
I'm really impressed. So I told them there's basically two drives you don't do at the beginning of the season. One of them is butterfly drive, which is a very difficult thing to integrate all of the technicalities with the butterfly drive, and the other is swerve drive. Both of those are very complex and difficult to do. The fact that you guys got it running as well as you did is a really real testament to you and your team. Nice job, you guys. All right, and let's bring out Bond Brigade. I apologize. Let's bring out Bond Brigade and Oregano. Don't forget the bunny. Never forget the bunny. All right, here you go, gentlemen.
All right, we are Team 5586, Bond Brigade. And this year, at the start of the season, we set quite a few goals for ourselves to just keep us on track and to make sure that we got everything done that we wanted to. So one of these was just sticking to a simple and efficient design that did everything we wanted to perfectly and really quickly. Another one was to keep our pit organized, to stay on task, and to keep the robot organized. So to have everything be accessible and modular, that we don't have to shove our hands anywhere, we don't have to really fight to get anywhere. Also to put ourselves in a position to be selected to the playoffs. So, just do our best at competitions and see how we do, basically. Reach out to other teams, and that's just, when another team needs help, help them, and if they need, if they need something, give it to them. If they need help, help them. Dedicate our time to not just ourselves, but everyone else. And also carry a positive attitude, not just in robotics, but also outside as well.
So our robot design is really simple but effective. It's small, but it has minimized physical components, and it's not very complex, but it is really efficient at doing its task. To account for it being small and not having much physical components, we have a lot of sensors to control its overall functionality. Our drive chain, it has it's a tank drive with 4 grip wheels in the back and 2 omni wheels in the front. The 4 back grip wheels are powered directly from a Falcon 500 motor. Then the front 2 wheels are omni wheels, and they're connected through a belt to the midsection of the wheels. And the omni wheels allow better controlling and maneuverability across the field. Our intake. Our intake also works as our piece placement. We go up to a piece and we run the green wheels in, and the 2 front wheels pick them up, and then the 2 back wheels are on a hinge, and then they spread out when the piece goes in it. And then the whole thing could lift up a couple inches so the pieces don't drag on the ground when we're going across the field. This allows us to go over the charging station and stay out of our other teammates' way to score, which allows better teamwork on our team.
All right, and then probably the biggest slide in this presentation is our sensors. So over the off season, we did a lot of work in improving our programming skills and just putting in time over the off season to improve. So first thing we did was, actually I'll talk about this year's sensors first on our robot. This year we have 2 proximity sensors on the robot. We have a limelight, LED lights, and NavX, and limit switches. So first of all, our first proximity sensor that we had is right between these 2 wheels, and this just sees the edge of the charge station over there so that we can automatically take part of our robot off, and we don't have to worry about driver error, driving too far, and falling off like that. And then the second proximity sensor works in conjunction with the LED lights, and that sees if there's a piece in the intake, and if there is, the LED lights will be green, and if they're not, then they will be the alliance color. Then the limelight is used to see both game pieces and the April tags over there. Our NavX, we probably, maybe not the most used, but we've gotten quite a bit of use out of our NavX as well. That's used mainly to automatically engage our robot in autonomous. So it'll see, okay, it's at an angle, drive up, up, up. And when it's flat, then it'll stop the robot. And then, yeah, LED lights also do have some functionality, but are also cosmetic as well. So over the off season, first thing we tackled, I think, was moving to command-based programming. And with that, we also used encoders as well. And then we used PID control and gyroscope. And there's one more, which was vision. That was right at the beginning of the season. So this year, we have 5 really major season points. First one was the FRC kickoff, which was in this building on January 2nd. Our second one, and our first competition, I guess, was a week 0 event. That was the Sussex Mini Regional on February 19th. That was in Wisconsin. And our first official regional was the Duluth Regional in week 2. That was March 1st to the 4th in Duluth, Minnesota. Then our last regional was the Seven Rivers Regional in La Crosse, Wisconsin. That was March 29th to April 1st. And then in 4 days, we have the World Championships in Houston, Texas.
Our first regional we went to was the Northern Lights Regional in Duluth. Here we ranked 24th out of 59 teams. And for our first time in our team history, we were picked for an alliance in the playoffs. We were picked by alliance number 5 in the second round. And in the playoffs, we won our first match but lost our second two and got eliminated.
All right, and our previous regional, which was the Seven Rivers Regional, was probably our most successful event, not just of this year, but possibly in team history. At the end of qualification matches, we placed 19th of 54, and this led us to, again, being selected to a playoff alliance at the regional, and we were selected as the second pick of Alliance 1. So in the playoffs, we then went on to win all 5 of our matches with an average score of, I believe, 183, and this led us to winning the regional event, and we will be attending the World Championships, as I said before, in Houston in 4 days.
All right. I love these guys. I got to say I'm going to call a couple of people out. So Keegan is the guy that we cannot chase out of this building. If we're here till 10, 10:30, let me try a couple more autonomous modes. Let me try this on the robot. He is here constantly and working on the robot and always tweaking the programming. The other one, Tuba did a lot of machining. Austin did a lot of machining on this robot. And this is just a great group of 8 kids, that put a lot of work into what looks like a relatively simple robot till you get into the controls aspect of it. How much work did Oregano put into the whole thing?
All of it.
All of it? Oh, okay. So you are going to World Championships in a few days. How do you guys feel about that?
I think we're all excited, and I think we're really hope to do our best there and see how well we can do there as well.
All right, now I'm going to toot your horn for a little bit. These guys were they were the winning alliance in the first and fourth highest scoring matches in the world. In the first and fourth highest scoring matches in the world. They are primed to do very well in Houston. They get plane tickets out there. Thank you to some of our sponsors who helped to eat a lot of the cost for the travel. Thank you very much to Lakeshore Community Foundation, so everyone can travel from the team. All right. All right. What is your favorite part of the robot? What do you guys dig about it?
Oregano is my favorite.
Oregano wins all. I guess Oregano wins. Okay. Yes. Oh. Who is Oregano? How about where did Oregano originate? How's that?
So Oregano, we won at a Perkins in 2020 after while we were at the Duluth Regional. That year our climbing mechanism or whatever wasn't working properly. So instead of making it work for the last few matches, we put the rabbit on it and shot it up at the end of the match. I believe it got us penalty points, but it was fun.
But some of this is about having fun, right? If you're not having fun, you're not going to be inspired. And, it's silly. And everybody recognizes it. And the rabbit's famous on Chief Delphi. And very cool. Other questions? Oh.
So you guys ranked in the lower 20, or was it 19? And then the other one was 24. So what made you be picked for the alliance? Because there's obviously teams that were higher in the ranking.
So what other teams have told us is almost purely based off of our driver's skill, which I would give all of our credit for our driver's skill is Tuba or Austin, if you want to actually refer to him as a normal person. he he's able to whip that thing around around the field so fast. It's incredible. But what the other teams basically came down to is that we're able to get all the spots that they're not able to get. We're able to fill out the entire bottom row so that the other teams don't have to. So they can fill up the top and do all the rest of their stuff. We're able to get the spots that they weren't able to.
All right. So one of the things that may not be apparent to everybody, a lot of times when you go to a competition, you have kind of players to fill different roles on a team. So they already had a high goal player, a middle goal player, and you guys were basically the best low goal player there. So they filled the perfect slot at the perfect time, fell to them, and it worked out so well. All right. I think with that, who wants to see some matches? All right. Why don't you guys come on out, fire up your robots. The alliances are up on the board. I'll steal that from you. All right. So the alliances are up on the board. I wanted to give you guys a feel of what it's like going into the match. So we actually have 3 very short videos. I think it adds up to like a minute total. Shot by Joel Barthel. So let's play them. All right. So he did a time lapse of basically, here's the team going out to the playing field. Here's Robo Remedy heading out there. And you can kind of see what the atmosphere is like, right? A lot of teams in costume, all the pits, everything like that. We try to give that feel here with what we're doing inside the building. But this really gives you the feel. Again, it's kind of like a Comic-Con for STEM students, right? Everybody's in outfits. Everybody's going crazy. It's very cool. The first thing you see in the morning, if you can pull that one up. So the evening before, everybody will have set their pits up. And then they have to come in. And I think this is kind of interesting, seeing how we got batteries coming out. We got people getting stuff going. Could you play the walk-in video for me? All right. So this is a great one, just kind of showing teams flowing into the pits. It's all empty. And then everybody comes rushing in to get their robots ready before the first matches of the day. This one is at Duluth. Yes, this one is at Duluth. I believe it is the Lake Superior regional side. And then from another view, we have all the students flowing in through the door. All excited, energetic, going ready to crush the day. And they just keep coming and coming. And more students, and then judges. All right, but that's kind of what it looks like when you are at a regional. So with that, I'm looking for some thumbs up. Oh, we still got students getting stuff into their robots. You guys need to preload anything on this side? We got one. You guys are good? No, you're not? Okay. All right. I'm looking for a couple people. Please shut your gates as you leave. Somebody please shut the gates on that side. All right, again, this is not something that you normally get to see, right? Very few people have a full playing field in their center, or nobody has a center really. So this is a rare thing you get to see outside of going to an actual event. I think everybody's getting prepped. All right. Robots are getting powered up. All right, looking for a thumbs up on that side. Okay, let's start with the blue side. Oh, All right, we're still working on it over here. They're working on it. So now, hi. All right. So normally, what we have is robots speaking to the control system, systems, laptop speaking to the control system speaks to the robots. We don't have that. We're running on, I'm trying to remember the mode, on test mode. So that's what you're going to see today. Hopefully no robots go crazy and try to run away. One thing, all right, I am going to mention this now. Light defense. Light defense. Don't go crazy and injure anybody's robot, okay? You guys are going to Worlds, man. Take it easy. Don't give me that look. Don't break it now. All right. You break it early, you break it often, but this is not early anymore. All right, Red Alliance, give me some thumbs up. What is considered light defense? I just don't want your robot hurt. Mentors? I'm seeing a little bit of shaking heads. Light defense, light defense. All right, thumbs up on this side, Red Alliance. Okay, all right. Come on out and let's fix that. Thank you very much. Thank you. Sorry about that. Again, we make it by hand, so bear with us. All right. Over here, Illumibody, thumbs up. On Brigade, thumbs up. Thumbs up on Redbirds. Red Alliance is good. On Blue Alliance, we have Robo Remedy, thumbs up. Stempunk, thumbs up. And Droid Rage, thumbs up. With that, we are ready to go. All right, in 3, 2, 1, Lego. All right, these first 15 seconds you're going to see, the robots are completely controlling themselves. Penalty on Droid Rage. Got a little carried away going across the field. All right, we have an Illumibody, comes out, sits nicely. All right, we have a balance over here on the Pure Redbirds, and another for Stempunk, I think. All right. Robots are going crazy. Check it out. A lot of different designs out here. We have, Droid Rage coming across. We have a Robo Remedy trying to get placed. All right, there's a high goal, a mid goal for Droid Rage on the Blue Alliance. Over on the Red Alliance, we have 2 cubes placed up top. Fine Brigade already has 3 low cubes. And now a 4th. You can see how strong they are with that low cube placing. All right, they're flying around the field. Look at this. Illumibody picking up a cone. There we go. I think Robo Remedy might have dropped one, but they're good to go. Oh, Bond Brigade going over that charging station. That's why they're picked. One of the big reasons. They're not in the way of the taller robots, which don't like going over the charging stations. Droid Rage for another cone. Here they come. Yowza. No hard defense on yourself either. My goodness. All right, another cone placed by the Redbirds. Whoop. Oh, they think they still got it. I'm not sure what Illumibody's trying something. I think they got a cone jammed up in their system where they can't use it. All right, we got Stempunk. We got 40 seconds left. 40 seconds left. All right, another cone for Droid Rage. Here comes Robo Remedy right behind it. 30 seconds. Now it's time for endgame. Now they can balance quick. Let's see how many teams balance. This is 10 points per team that balances. A lot of times this can be the differential. We got 2 on Blue Alliance. We have 13 seconds. Here's a 3rd on Red Alliance. Oh, they're going to try and place and do it. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo! Yeah! That's how it goes. That was beautiful. Woo-hoo! All right, we're going to play 2 more of those matches. That was outstanding. When you come back on July 15th, and we'll have 24 teams here, we'll be doing a lot more of that. Guys, set up. We're going to play 2 more matches, same alliances. Please take them off, and let's see it.
And some where I...
Welcome to the 2023 First Robotics Competition game, Charged Up, presented by Haas.
2 alliances of 3 teams each compete to score cubes and cones into their grid to charge up their community. The alliances earn additional points if their robots are docked to or engaged with their charge station. Robots start each match in their community and may be preloaded with either 1 cube or 1 cone. Each alliance may choose where to stage 4 additional game pieces. During the first 15 seconds of the match, robots are autonomous. Without guidance from their drivers, robots score preloaded game pieces, collect and score additional game pieces, and are docked to or engaged with their charge station. Charge station points earned during auto count towards a potential activation bonus. The grid has nodes specific to cones and cubes, and some where either a cone or cube can be scored. During the remaining 2 minutes and 15 seconds, drivers control their robots. Robots continue to collect cubes and cones from human players at their substations to deliver power to the grids in their community. Each community contains 3 grids. The center grid is the cooperation grid. A link is a line of 3 game pieces scored on the same row. Completing enough links earns the alliance a sustainability bonus. If each alliance scores at least 3 game pieces in the cooperation grid, the sustainability bonus threshold is lowered for both alliances. Robots are protected within their community and loading zones. As time runs out, robots race to their charge stations. Alliances earn points for each robot docked to or engaged with the charge station. Earning enough charge station points earns the alliance the activation bonus. The alliance that earns the most points wins the match.
All right, teams, if you have to change out your batteries, you guys know yourself how much the drain is. Normally you do change out batteries. So if you have to do that, please do that real quick. Does everybody out here feel good? By the way, I was counting it at the very end, and it was very close within a couple of points of one another, so I'm not calling a winner. I don't trust my math that much. It was very close. That was a great match. Yellow card. He didn't even. All right, I'm looking for some thumbs up over here on the Blue Alliance. Robo Remedy. Let's hear it for these guys as I call them out. Robo Remedy. All right. Right next to them, we have STEM Punk. We have Droid Rage. If you want a 4th one out there, put it out there, guys. We need 1 more cube on this side of the field. All right, over here, we have the Redbirds. Next to them, it's Bond Brigade. And next to them, I don't know, I've never heard of them. It's Illumibody. All right, thumbs up. Looking for thumbs up over here on Blue Alliance. Everybody good? All right. On Red Alliance, thumbs up. Red Alliance, thumbs up. All right. Everybody's ready to go. We're going to go in 3, 2, 1, Lego. Oh, all 3 game pieces scored an auto over here. STEM Punk's going to go back, try to balance. Over here we have a balance with Redbirds. Balloon Body's coming over, and they stop short. Good job. That was all right. Nice job, everybody. Great job. All right. Droid Rage coming across, grabbing a cone. Over here we have On Brigade flying along. There's 2 already. Good job. STEM Punk's trying to grab one of the cubes. They're having a little trouble there because there's 2 cubes there. They're fighting them. All right, Robo Remedy places it. I'm running. All right, whoa. All right, we'll keep going. This would normally be a field fault, but we'll keep going. All right. Notice, if you get 3 in a row, you get additional points for that. So we have 3 in a row on the bottom on 2 sides. Going good. I missed it, but all right, over here we have STEM Punk placing the cube in the middle. All right, Robo Remedy placing one on the high goal. They're filling quite a bit. Coming across the field. Uh-oh, we have a robot down. There we go. Here they come. They're coming up. We definitely have a field fault, so we're not counting the score on this one. This is on us. All right. They got through there. Hi. All right, we got 30 seconds coming up. 30 seconds. It is almost time to balance. Droid Rage coming across for one more cone. All right. They're going to balance. Over here we have, here comes the Pure Redbirds coming up. Oh, it's a little tricky. Again, this is on us for the field fault. Over here we got Blue. Blue is going up onto the, yeah, triple balance for Blue. All right, and they proved they got it too, and time. All right, nice job, you guys. All right, normally the fields are very, very well Velcroed down. Right now we have them mobile, so we'll put it back in position and try this one more time. We have one more match to go. Please change out your batteries. Get your robots back into position, all right? For the audience, what we're going to show, all right, for the audience, what we're going to show is one of Bond Brigade's last matches at the Lacrosse Regional. They are with Wild Sting and Gear It Forward, who are their alliance partners, and then they are against, trying to remember, Robotics, Fondy Fire, and I can't remember the third one. And TC Robotics, thank you. All right, so let's play that while they get their robots ready for the next match.
3, 2, 1, go! All right, here we go. Match number 2, Autonomous, is underway here at Seven Rivers. If our number 1 seeded alliance in red wins, they are our champions. If our number 2 seeded alliance in blue wins, we will have a rubber match to find out who the champ is. Both alliances docked and engaged in that Autonomous. We now enter into teleoperator mode. Drivers have control of the robots. Everybody moving here at Seven Rivers. Early advantage goes to the Red Alliance. They are up by 7 points, but it's pretty close here in finals match number 2. Both alliances put on an offensive show in the first round, the first match of the finals. Let's see what happens here in the second one. Most of these nodes are successfully scored upon. There were only 2 missing on the Wild Sting side. The Red Alliance side, there were 3 or 4 only missing on the Blue Alliance side. Advantage Blue so far in this match. They want to win this match and force a rubber match. Up by about 18 points is the Blue Alliance. They are going to town. TC Robotics, Fondy Fire now scoring. Putting that cube at the lower level. Here comes TC again. Quick to get one. Cube up the middle level. Roboteers putting a cone down at the lower level. 48 seconds to go. 17-point advantage for the Blue Alliance. Garrett forward picking up a cube. Working their way over to the red station. They've got most of that alliance full. Over on the blue side, they've got most of it full as well. It's now all tied up with 22 seconds to go. Slight advantage now, 2 points for the Blue Alliance. One red robot up on the charging station. A second one, a third one going up. All three blue ones trying to score as well. Oh, but Fondy Fire goes off the side. 7 seconds to go. Are they going to have time to do it with 4 seconds? 3, 2, 1. And time expires in match number 2 of the finals. And congratulations to our number 1 seed. They win 184 to 175. We have a winner here, folks, at the Seven Rivers Regional. Our number 1 seed.
All right, and that is how Bond Brigade got their ticket to the World Championship. Oh, yellow card on Arrow. Can't step over the gates. All right. So, it's exciting. It really is. And notice how close these guys are to that. That's a testament to how much they've been working on these robots, how fast they are, how dialed in they are as drivers. It's just amazing. All right, so over here, starting with the Blue Alliance, Robo Remedy, good to go. Stem Punk, Droid Rage, all right. Illuma Body, set, good to go. Bond Brigade, looking very viciously at a screen. Redbirds, they are good to go. Looking for a thumbs up from Bond Brigade, and there it is. All right. So this is the last match. Let's hear some cheering for it. In 3, 2, 1, Lego! Great Autonomous. We got 3 over there, 3 game pieces coming back. They're going to do a balance. Great balance by Redbirds. We have 1, 2 game pieces over here. Oh, yeah, double cube. Nice job. That's new. They continue to work on it. Keep going, Bond Brigade. All right. Droid Rage coming across for a cone. Bond Brigade grabbing those cheap pieces out of the center, right? If you can grab them, they're closer. Grabbing some cubes out of the center. They're already up to their 4th game piece. All right, here comes a 7103. Here they go. Robo Remedy, auto placing their cone. Nice work. Stem Punk placing a cube on the bottom there. 1716 coming across. Oh, I missed it. What happened to cheat? Nice, easy defense, guys. All right, all right. Yeah! Whoa! We're back in drive it like you stole it mode, huh? All right. There you go. Got another cone coming across. Illuma Body got a cone going across over there as well. Looking good. Brigade coming through. Placing that cube. Notice the bottom's almost full already. We got 53 seconds to go. Cross, nudging that in. 38 seconds left, 38 seconds left. Stem Punk placing a cone on the middle shelf. There they got it. All right. Coming right behind them is Robo Remedy to place a cone. All right, 24 seconds left. Notice how Bond Brigade has their front tires over the edge to make more space for their teammates. That's another advantage. 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and match. All right. Oh no, I thought you guys had it. All right, just like that, one misplaced cone can make the difference in a match, right? All right, nice driving, everybody. Nice driving. All right, teams, what I'd like you to do is to shut off your robots. Please take them back to your pits. And all of the teams, everybody, please stage by your pits for questions and for pictures from the general audience. For those of you that haven't seen it, we also have the FTC area. They're going to be playing a couple of one-on-one matches on the FTC field. And in the back rooms, we will have people talking about Lego League Challenge and Lego League Explore as well, all right? All right. Can you hit the slideshow? I think I had one other thing to say. All right, just a couple of things that are coming up yet. We have the Women in STEM event coming up on May 20th. Maker Mondays is happening all summer long. Come out here from 6 to 8 every Monday. We have free activities for the kids, whether it's circuits or doing CAD or 3D printing, all sorts of stuff, chemistry experiments. It's a lot of fun. And if you want to come back, July 15th, we will have the 24 best robots in Wisconsin in this building. You get better by playing the best, right? So that's why we have the invitational here, July 15th. And also, Steam on the Lakeshore is coming up. It's mid-July. I'll have to tell you guys when. All right. All right, thank you very much for coming. If you want to go check out your favorite team's pit, go right ahead. Thank you all very much.